Stop 21 in the Castrol GTX Cup Series brings us back to Talladega Superspeedway in Talladega, Alabama for the fourth and final plate race of the season. As we are here today for the running of the Die Hard 500, as we are set for 29 laps of action on this high bank 2.66 mile tri-oval. They're deep in the heart of Alabama, and here's the as the field of 41 lines up on pit road waiting for the word to fire the engine. So let's get the command to start let's give you the starting lineup for this race of this Die Hard 500. And there you have a look at all 41 drivers that's in the field here. The pole speed for this event, 189 miles per hour, set by, of course, by our pole sitter, Jessica Shelton. In the Coors Light Ford is a Ford Chevy front row here with Cole Deaver and the GM Goodwrench Chevy is starting alongside. Here comes the command to fire the engines for the Die Hard 500. That's, ladies and gentlemen, start your engines, because there is like I said before, we have a woman on the pole for this event here. So as the field rolls off a pit road here, let's get the rolls off on the pit road here. We'll be back for the start of the race right after this. Field makes their way through turns 3 and 4 here as we're about to get the green flag for this Die Hard 500 as the as they get set for racing here today. In-car cameras for this event here today. Here, Jessica Shelton, Kyle Matthews, and Charles Sanford will have the in-car cameras for this event here today. As the pace car ducks off on the pit road here. Start-finish line would be about in the middle of the tri-oval. This was Daytona, right about here. If this was Daytona, but it's not at this. But it's not in the center of the tri-oval as it is at Daytona. But rather it's at the exit of pit road, as the green flag flies and boogity, boogity, boogity. Let's go racing, boys and girls. CTS physics there, of course, with these cars here, and they get up to full song very, very quick here. And look at this here, 4 wide already, going into turn number 3. You remember we had a big one on the second lap in the last time we was at Talladega. We may not wait long for this one here. Come off turn number 4. See what happens here. Whoa! They come to the start-finish line. Dylan Poteet will lead the first lap here at Talladega Superspeedway. They come off turn number 2. I don't know if they're... Oh, gosh. They're bouncing off each other 4 wide here, and I don't know how they didn't crash through the third and fourth turns. That was in the back of the pack, as we were seeing right there. Meantime, Phil Parker's going to take the lead here as they come through as they go into turn number 3 here. Christian Russell at the second position. And here comes number 29, Zachary Fitzwater up there too in the 29 Hardy's Pontiac, excuse me. Hardy's car was never a Chevrolet except on Days of Thunder, but anyway. Phil Parker, whose only win came on the play track in the Daytona 500, though, came close to lead, actually did lead the lap, excuse me, on that one. But Fitzwater dives to the low side of takes the lead here. Down the back stretch, and Fitzwater keeps the lead for the moment. Here comes number 10, Paul Minnick, who comes off coming off a great 5th place run he had at Pocono. The last race that we brought to you on the tour here as they come off the turn 4. And they are 4 wide right in the middle of this pack. Look at this pack of cars right there. Adam Garcia, Charles Sanford. Actually, it's Garcia and Matt McIntyre in the mix there too in the 11 and 26. Oh, and here we go! I knew when they got 4 wide through that area that was gonna result in a crash, and it usually does on this version of Talladega. Levi McIntyre, 17 cars involved. Alex Miller involved. Matt McIntyre in 26, he's involved. Ryan Brommer on points leader Jessica Shelton, the 9 car, she's involved. She came in this race 32 points ahead of Joshua Osborne coming into this race at Talladega. And Lady Luck deals a bad hand to Shelton again on a plate track. Adam Garcia in the 11 car, he was involved in the crash. He started this race 5th. They had a tremendous qualifying run here. Ryan Brommer in 66 cars involved as well. This crash happening on the 4th lap of this event. Take a look again as to what happened. We had gotten through the first 3 laps. At least we got through that dreaded second lap. Unlike the Winston 500, though, but we waited until the 4th lap till this happened, obviously, here. Take a look against what happened there. There were 4 wide we mentioned there between Matt McIntyre, Adam Garcia, Gene Sanford, and William Brock were both involved in holding 2. Sanford pushed up, or Gene Sanford, that is, pushed up in both Adam Garcia and Charles Sanford. And that sent the right there, and oh my God, 4 cars slammed on the wall hard. That was William Brock, the Pocono winner this season, the second race at Pocono, I should say. But the cars of Garcia, Matt McIntyre, and Jessica Shelton all slide down the track coming off the 3rd turn. There's where Brommer and Miller got involved, the 66 and 83 machines. Matt and Levi McIntyre got a little bit of damage on that machine. The New Hampshire winner, Benjamin Miles, in 25. I think he might have been involved. Possibly, I don't know. He might be clean though. I think so does Mitchell Collins in the 20. I think he's also clean. Yeah, but when you're racing at over 190 to 200 miles an hour, though, everything can go wrong, and usually does. On board Jessica Shelton's car. Jess having a hard time getting her car to start back up, and it does, but... And from Charles Sanford's view. Running right behind Kyle Matthews, and this happens to him. So that's all what happened here as the in-car shots, of course, just regardless of crash or not, they're just tremendous at Talladega Superspeedway, obviously. Wade Brummer, number 70 car, is the leader of the race here. Second position is the number 10 car of Paul Minnick. Third is Jacob Thibodeau. Fourth is Quentin Moore. Fifth is Zachary Fitzwater. Sixth, Ryan George. Seventh is Rob Evans. Eighth position right now belonging to Jordan Anderson. Ninth is Henry Sanford. And 10th position is Matt Haas. That's how they run right now. Cars out of the race here. Benjamin Miles out of the race here. So is Ryan Brummer, Jessica Shelton, and Levi McIntyre. All the cars out of the race here. And I tell you what, though, here, Shelton, as we mentioned, came into this race with a huge. Came into Pocono with a huge points lead. Got taken out in the crash in that race, and then had her point lead cut to 32, and now she stands a really good chance of losing the points lead after this race here at Talladega. Obviously, that is provided obviously where Joshua Osborne finishes. Osborne was second in points to Shelton coming in. So unless Osborne has troubles himself that puts him far back in the finishing order, then we may stand a good chance of maybe having the new points leader coming out of Talladega and going into Indy for the Brickyard 400, which is next on the tour. Quentin Moore down to the low side in car 2021. He looks to the low side. Ford side by side here. The 21 and the 10 machines here, and Quentin's going to lead that lap here, and he would, like I said, love to get a victory here at Talladega Superspeedway himself. That first lap after restart, 181.405 miles an hour, but that's just them getting warmed up, though, because with the draft because these cars, it takes about a lap and a half to get these cars up to full song, which they're at right now here. Rob Evans to the low side takes the lead away, takes that blue and white red number 12 Buick up to the top spot now. Henry Sanford up there in the 71 car. He's dead last in the points coming in this race, and he's up to the second spot now in the number 71 Big Apple Markets Chevy. That's the Dave Marcus car he's driving here, the 1990 machine. Henry goes to the top spot here. Now 3 wide, about 3 rows deep as they come through the third as they come off turn number 2. And now here comes Phil Parker, number 5, to the low side, trying for the lead. On board with Kyle Matthews in car number 42. Matthews running, let's see what he's clocked at right now this time by. Matthews clocked in the 4th position this time by. Make that 3rd spot now as he gets by Osborne. He's running right behind Christian Russell in the 7, one of the rookies in the field, as well as Matt Haas, who was leading. Now Matthews makes it 3 wide, and you're riding with him as he goes for the lead here at Talladega. Jackson Haywood right behind him in 2nd position, and number 15, the Motorcraft Ford, and Keith Batson in 28 positions, in 28 car, excuse me. Right there beside him is his wife, Kat, in 27. McDonald's Ford, and now they're side by side for the lead. Between the 42 and 27, who leads this lap? I think the 15 does. 15 leads that lap over the 42, and here they go into turn number 1 once again. And Kat Batson, like a shot out of a cannon, now goes to lead. And where did Laura Chung in a 75 car come from? She's up to 2nd place now. Right there behind her, Nathan Ormond in the 6 car, the 33 car, Jacob Thibodeau in the Skull Bandit Oldsmobile. Mike Becker in the STP Pontiac. And the man trying to go for the Talladega sweep, Zach Rogers in the number 1 Skull Classic Oldsmobile. And Nathan Orman leads that lap as they go into turn number 1. And look at this gaggle of cars here. I mean, just absolutely tremendous stuff we're seeing here today at Talladega Superspeedway. And now Johnny Gardner Bray, who started this race in about middle of the pack, though he's now up to the top 5 position now. As Mike Becker's being pushed to the lead in the number 43 car, Zach Rogers in second. Gardner now up to 3rd spot. And Quentin Moore in the 21 car up to 4th spot there. One of Johnny's best friends now, trying to see if he can get pushed. Yeah, Johnny's going to decide. There's a draft hold on the low side. I'm going to go for that, and he's going to make a 3 wide for the lead, and Gardner's going to lead that way. He's got the shove from Phil Parker in the 5. And move Gardner up to the top spot now. Lap car ahead is Alex Miller. He's just going in turn 3 now. They probably won't catch him for the next, I don't know how many laps. Dig that speed shot there, coming off turn number 2 here. 200 miles an hour, the order of the day at Talladega Superspeedway here. Ryan George goes to the top spot. In fact, the top 2 fastest laps of the race are both well over 200 miles an hour, with being led by Dylan Young at 200.452 miles an hour, and Mike Becker, the only other 200 mile an hour lap, at 200.423. Rest of the cars at about 199 miles an hour or slower. And problems on the backstretch. Zach Rogers is around. Keith Batson involved. And Joshua Osborne, the second place driver in the points, he's crashed. Fitzwater's involved. Johnny Gardner in the 8 car, I think looks like he's involved. And Christian Russell, who is on a good run. That's number 7 machine. He's involved. Cat Batson involved. We saw Keith Batson involved. There he is in 28. Caution number 2 flying on lap number 16 of this race, and and here we go again. It was 4 wide, just like we saw earlier, that triggered the first crash through turns 1 and 2, and something tells me Keith Batson's gonna be sleeping on the couch tonight, because he just took his wife Kat right in the Dylan Young and triggered this multi-car pileup. Fitzwater's involved. There's Cab Sheeran 68. And Christian Russell went right into that grass protected bank right there, and just about and went a little bit airborne. Cab Sheeran, I see him. He gets hit by the 21 car, Quentin Moore. And Shear's going to miss Zach Rogers. Osborne's going to hit Rogers right there. That was number 2 in the points right there, with Osborne going right into Zach's car. Real time. Dylan Young in some ways was involved too, and here's where Russell goes right into the bank. Impacts that bank at over 70 miles per hour, since, like I said, almost airborne. Amazing, able to get his car to start back up too, and so to try to at least drive it back on the pit road. And amazingly gets him back out onto the track. 65 miles an hour down pit road. There's Osborne back in, really crumpled up in a number 31 Goodwrench Mom and Pop's Chevrolet. There's Cab Sheeran 68. There he is in the Country Time machine. So Cat Batson, the latest car out of the race, in 27 cars. So 36 cars remain on the racetrack here. All of them still in the lead average speed of cream puff for this track because of knowing how fast these cars run at Talladega, but average speed is a rather slow 126.408 miles an hour at this point. They come to the start finish line. We will have a 9-lap, hopefully have a 9-lap shootout, all green flag, hopefully at Talladega as they come off turn number. They come up to the start finish line here. Ryan George, the winner this season at Michigan, leads the race here as that green flag flies. 9 laps remaining on lap number 21. Second is Paul Minnick. Third is Phil Parker. Fourth is Wade Brummer. Fifth is Nathan Hudson. Then it's Rob Evans, Cole Deaver, Jacob Thibodeau, and Jordan Anderson, the top 10. Car's already over 190 miles an hour halfway down the backstretch here on the restart here as they go down the third turn. And they're going to shove Paul Minnick to the high side now in the number 10 car. Talladega is also known for first-time winners, too, in this series, though. So we have had our share of first-time winners in the Castrol GTX Cup Series coming at Talladega or Daytona or even Charlotte, for that fact, too, like we had earlier this season, last 2 races over there at Charlotte with Alex Miller and Ryan Brommer. And Talladega could be known for, and Talladega could see a surprise here today, possibly. We may see a first-time winner, and we may see a guy who has not won in a long time score here today. Cole Deaver, he would love to get a Talladega win here, driving the cars of his idol Dale Earnhardt, who's won so many times at Talladega in his long and illustrious career. And Deaver would love to get a Talladega victory himself as they come on turn number 4. As he takes the GM Goodwrench Chevrolet out in front here. Jordan Anderson's never won. Wade Brummer's never won. Henry Sanford's never won. Laura Chung has never won. So you got about 4-5 cars that's never won a Talladega in the Castrol GTX Cup Series. All right there behind, but Jackson Haywood and Keith Batson screws that up. Jacob Thibodeau, he's never won the series before, neither. So chances, like I said, chances looking pretty good for maybe a first-time winner at this race. And not just in this race, but also in the careers as well. But Brummer takes a J.D. McDuffie special up to the top spot. He started his race 35th in the running order, in the starting spot. And oh no, they're 4 wide off turn number 4 again. Seth Coley on low, Phil Parker, Rob Evans. Henry Sanford's up in the high side here. They're going to go 4 wide to turn number 1 again. Jordan Anderson and Nathan Ormond down low. Let's keep your eye right here. Let's see who's going to come out unscathed or not, though. It's going to be all clear. Rob Evans, car number 12, trying to move down low. Kyle Matthews, meantime, is taking the lead. Matthews, believe it or not, has never won at Talladega. He would like to score here for the first time. But Rob Evans says, screw that. I'm going for the lead, and he's going to try to the low side through to the start-finish line. Takes the lead now with 5 laps to go. Oh, this is not going to end pretty right there. This is about the middle of this pack. Nathan Hudson now goes low. He's got Dylan Young behind him. Dylan Young, let's remember, also comes in this race 3rd place in the points stand with Osborne and Shelton both out of contention. Shelton definitely out of the race here. Osborne right now runs 36. So Dylan Young, he can make a big splash in the points himself as well if he holds on for a pretty good finish now. Down the low side, here comes Nathan Hudson to the low side, looks for the lead on Phil Parker, and he's got it. And you talk about your first time, and talk about possible first-time winners. Nathan Orman's never won for the first. Has never won a series. Neither. He almost did last season. He almost did a couple of seasons back. He almost did it. Into the third turn now. Nathan Hudson, car number 55, leads him down. But here comes that black number 3, Cole Deaver. Down to the low side of the track here. Keith Batson's up there. Batson's not won yet this season. The season 24 champion of the series. Paul Minnick, he could score an upset here. He's won a title before. And so has Batson for that fact. 3 laps remaining. Johnny Gardner, he spun. Remember he got involved in the last caution we had. Jordan Anderson, he's never won. And like I said, Anderson and Brummer are the two drivers who's never won in a series before. Jackson Haywood has not scored since Pocono, the first Pocono race last season. He could possibly pull it off too. I mean, the possibilities we're going to have for maybe an upset win here. Anderson to the low side. 2 laps to go here at Talladega. Question is, who's in the best position to win this race? Who's in the best spot? Who makes the right move? It's all about timing this morning. As a great driver once said, the best you can do in any given race is put yourself in a position to win, and circumstances will dictate the outcome. And here comes number 15, Jackson Haywood. Matthews trying for the lead. Lost out on that battle right there. And now Osborne's going to get lapped here. Who's going to come out? It's going to be Wade Brummer in the 70 car. Him and Jordan Anderson moved out to the lead here. White flag's going to wave. 1 lap remaining. Keith Batson's going to be third. They're probably going to close up on them possibly pretty quick here. Here comes Batson, car number 28 to the low side here. Can Jordan Anderson or Wade Brummer win for the first time in the Castrol GTX Cup Series career? Not if Batson's got anything to say about that. Here comes to the low side. He gets by Brummer. Here comes to the low side of number 90, Jordan Anderson. He's got the lead here, and Batson's going to take it. Here comes number 15. Jackson Haywood, Henry Sanford, Jacob Thibodeau, they could possibly win for the first time, possibly. Here they come to the start-finish line here. Haywood to the low side of the track here. They come to the start-finish line. Jackson Haywood pulls ahead, and Jackson Haywood wins the Die Hard 500. Like I told you, either a first-time winner or a surprise winner. That's what usually happens a lot of times at Talladega. And did we get a surprise today here? Jackson Haywood, the number 15 Motorcraft Ford, wins here today in the Die Hard 500 as he outsnuggers his teammate Keith Batson to win here today. Average speed 138.075. Margin of victory 0.25 at the start-finish line. And here's the rest of the finishing order for you here. Jacob Thibodeau is going to come home third. I think it's his first top 10 of the season, too, as well. Rob Evans fourth. Henry Sanford fifth. Laura Chung comes home sixth. Wade Brummer seventh. Jordan Anderson eighth. Nathan Ormond ninth. And Charles Sanford comes home in 10th position here after being scraped up and beaten on the first caution flag of this race, too, no less. Johnny Gardner 11th. Dylan Young helped himself in the points. He comes home 12th. He should close up on both Osborne and Shelton, who had trouble. And like I said, they were top 2 in points coming into this race. Dylan Young came in this race third spot in the points, and this may help him as well points-wise coming out of this race at Talladega. So we may have a darn good race for the points yet. Paul Minnick was 13th. 14th will go to Gene Sanford. Phil Parker 15th. Mitchell Collins 16th and Cole Deaver 17th. 18th will go to Seth Cole. Ryan George 19th and Kyle Matthews comes home in 20th. 21st will be Nathan Hudson and Zachary Fitzwater, Matt Haas, Adam Garcia, Christian Russell, Kev Shearer, Quentin Moore, Mike Becker, Matt McIntyre, and Dylan Pote, the top 30. Then William Broad, Jay Jefferson, Zach Rogers, Jesse Turner, and Alex Miller was the last of the lead lap finishers. Joshua Osborne got lapped on the last second of this race, pretty much. In 36th position, cars out of the race were Kat Batson, Benjamin Miles, Ryan Brommer, Jessica Shelton, and Levi McIntyre, all out of this race there. So, but for the second time in his Casual GTX Cup Series career, Jackson Haywood gets the victory in the series. Here, another win at the first race at Pocono last season. If you like what you see here, be sure to subscribe to the NSC Sports Gaming channel. We got everything on this channel. We got interests, we got gaming videos, we got online videos. Whatever the president of the NSC Seth Cole desires for his channel, be sure to check out Seth's Duracell Cup Series, which is in full swing. I guarantee you his races are a lot better than what I have to offer as well too. So please check his series out as well. So that will do it today. For now, this is James Qualls. This is James Qualls. This has been a production of the NSCRA Offline Racing at its best. We will see you at the Brickyard 400 at Indianapolis.